So in the previous video, we saw how to approach towards the root of an equation geometrically by using false position method. This method is also called Regula-Falsi method. Now we are going to have a look at how to derive the formula for false position method. So we have an equation f of x equal to 0 and we have to find its root. We know that f of x is continuous on an interval AB, or we are denoting this interval as A0, B0, such that f at A0, let's say, is negative and f at B0 is positive. Let's sketch a graph based on this information. Let's mark somewhere here A0 and somewhere here B0. Now we know that the function f of x is continuous on this interval A0, B0 such that f at A0 is negative. Let's mark it somewhere here, f at A0. So the coordinates here are A0, f of A0. And we also know that f at B0 is positive. So let's mark it somewhere here. So the coordinates here will be B0, f of B0. Now we know that the function f of x is continuous on the interval A0, B0. So we join this point A0, f of A0 with the point B0, f of B0. And this curve cuts the x-axis at this point. So this is the root that we have to approach. Now to start this method, what we do is we join the point A0, f of A0 with the point B0, f of B0 by a straight line. This line is also called the secant line. So what is the secant line? Let's say we have a curve and the line that cuts the curve at 2 points. So this line is called the secant line. So back to this curve, we joined A0, f of A0 point with the point B0, f of B0 by a straight line. This line cuts the x-axis at a point here and we are going to call it C0. Precisely this point will have the coordinates C0, 0, because on x-axis y is 0. So we are calling C0 the first false point. It is false point because it is not the root but it is closer to this root. Now I am taking this secant line out of the frame. The secant line is this. One end of the secant line has the point B0, f of B0. On another end we have a point A0, f of A0. And on the same secant line, straight line, we have a point C0, 0. Now we are going to write an equation of this straight line. We know that to be able to write an equation of a straight line, we need a point and the slope. Let's say if we have a point through which the line is passing and we have a slope, then we can write an equation of this straight line as y minus y coordinate of a point through which the line is passing is equal to slope x minus x coordinate of a point through which the line is passing. Now in this situation, we have 3 points to be able to write an equation of a straight line. So what we are going to do is we will use first the point a naught f of a naught and the point b naught f of b naught to be able to write an equation of a straight line. Instead of having a point and a slope, like in this situation, we have 2 points. But yes, we can still manage to write an equation of a line. We will consider a naught f of a naught as the point through which the line is passing, and then we will calculate the slope of this line by using these 2 points. So slope of a line by using these 2 points is difference between the second coordinates divided by the difference between the first coordinates. We use these 2 points to write the slope of the straight line. Now we have a point and a slope to write this straight line, which is by using this formula, y minus y coordinate through which the line is passing is equal to this slope f of b naught minus f of a naught over b naught minus a naught x minus a naught. So this is the equation of this line, straight line. Now let's look at this straight line again. We have written an equation of the straight line by using the points a naught f of a naught, b naught f of b naught. But on this straight line, another point is lying, which is c naught 0. So we will write c naught 0 is lying on this line. Before we go ahead in this situation, let's have a look at the straight line. If I say that the point 0, 2 is lying on this line, what would you do is you will keep the equality sign 3 plus and 2 all as it is, but in the place of x you will put 0 and in the place of y you will put 2. Everything else remains same. So in the place of y you have 2, 3 as it is, equality sign as it is, but in the place of x you will have 0 plus 2 as it is, which gives you 2 equal to 2. This is how you make a point lie on a line. Now let's look at this point. C naught 0 is lying on this straight line. Let's make this point c naught 0 lie on the line. Remember, I told you that everything else remains same, but this c naught goes in the place of x and this 0 goes in the place of y. So let's plug this point c naught 0 in the straight line. This straight line, y is 0 minus f of a naught is equal to f of b naught minus f of a naught whole divided by b naught minus a naught into, in the place of x you have c naught minus a naught. Now let's find c naught from this equation. So first we do the cross multiplication. F of a naught multiplied by b naught minus a naught is equal to f of b naught minus f of a naught. This whole thing multiplies with c naught minus f of b naught minus f of a naught. This whole thing multiplies with a naught. Remember, we are trying to find c naught, so we will keep this term here and take the remaining term on the another side. So we have f of b naught minus f of a naught into a naught minus f of, now this term, minus f of a naught into b naught minus a naught. And on another side we have f of b naught minus f of a naught c naught. Now solving the left hand side, f of b naught multiplied by a naught minus f of a naught multiplied by a naught minus f of a naught multiplied by b naught plus f of a naught multiplied by a naught. And this side f of b naught minus f of a naught c naught. Now look at the left hand side, minus f of a naught into a naught, and then there is a term plus f of a naught a naught. These two terms cancel out each other. So on the left hand side we have f of b naught into a naught minus f of a naught into b naught. From the other side we do cross multiplication and have f of b naught minus f of a naught in denominator. So we found the value of the first false point, which is c naught is equal to a naught f of b naught minus b naught f of a naught whole divided by f of b naught minus f of a naught. So we have the first false point c naught. Let's look at the picture again. So here you have the first false point by joining the 2 points a naught f of a naught and b naught f of b naught by a straight line. Now your interval, the main interval a naught b naught, is divided into 2 parts. One part is a naught c naught and another part is c naught b naught. So what is the next interval in which the root lie? Is it a naught c naught or c naught b naught? We can see that the root lies here. So the next interval is c naught b naught. What we will do is we will join f of c naught with f of b naught. We will join f of c naught with f of b naught by a straight line to get the next false point. So f of c naught opposite to c naught on the curve, we have f of c naught and this is b naught. F of b naught is this point. So we join f of b naught with f of c naught by a straight line, and this cuts x-axis at point c1. Now the next interval in which the root lies is c1 b naught. Now we join f of c1 with f of b naught by a straight line because this is our next interval. So f of c1 here on the graph, this is f of c1. We join f of c1 with f of b naught by a straight line and it passes through the root, and we call it, at this root bold point, we call it c2. So this is how we approach towards the root. But the main task here is to keep on finding the false points like c0, c1, c2. So we are looking again at the formula. The formula for c0 is a naught f of b naught minus b naught f of a naught over f of b naught minus f of a naught, and we know that c0 is somewhere in between a naught b naught. Next false point is c1, thinking that c1 lies in the next interval. Let's look at the picture again. So c0 was in between a naught b naught. The next interval in which the root lies was c0 b naught. So what shall we do is, we, instead of calling it c0 b naught, we will call it a1 b1. In this way, it would be easier for us to say that C1, the next false point, lies in the interval A1, B1. Again, when we had the first false point C0, C0 was in between A0, B0. The next interval in which the root lied was C0, B0. So instead of calling it C0, B0, we call it A1, B1, and the next false point C1 now lies in between A1, B1. This way we can write, looking at the pattern for C0, we can write down the formula for C1, which is A1 f of B1 minus B1 f of A1 whole divided by f of B1 minus f of A1. So we keep on finding the false point. Let's write Cn. Cn will belong to the interval An, Bn. And the formula will be An f of Bn minus Bn f of An over f of Bn minus f of An. So this is how we keep on finding the false point, and one of these false points will be the root of the equation that we had to find by using false position method. So we are stopping here, and next method that we will look at to find the root of an equation will be the secant method.